The most important job you have as a new aircraft owner is to get to know your aircraft. You're going to be the pilot in command, so it's essential that you're well trained in the operation of the aircraft and all of its equipment. Even if you've already flown aircraft of the same type, it's important that you become well trained in your aircraft. This is a great opportunity to get a focused lesson from someone experienced in flying your aircraft model. Many owners groups have instructors that they recommend to help you with this training. Set up a lesson where they can teach you specific maneuvers such as takeoffs, landings, slips, and stalls. A good instructor can teach you all sorts of operating tips to help you make better approaches, manage short or soft field operations, and set the aircraft up for IFR approaches. Often, they can recommend the exact speeds, flap, and power settings for your airplane. You should become very familiar with all regular and emergency checklists. And finally, practice using all of the aircraft's navigation and communication systems while you're on the ground. Some avionics, such as multifunction displays, GPS, and radar systems, are very complex, and you shouldn't be trying to figure them out while you're flying. As we mentioned earlier, the Federal Aviation Regulations explicitly state that as the aircraft owner and operator, you're responsible for the airworthiness of the aircraft. So it's important that you become very familiar with all the aircraft's systems and maintenance requirements. One way of doing this is to get a maintenance checkout from your mechanic. The goal of your maintenance checkout is to learn all about the systems, maintenance, and proper operation of the aircraft. Set up an appointment with your mechanic and ask them to review the aircraft's systems and show you how to perform routine preventative maintenance tasks such as changing the oil, checking the spark plugs, and changing a landing light. They'll also be able to give you tips on how to operate it for maximum efficiency and safety. Most aircraft maintenance and repair tasks can only be performed by a certified airframe and power plant mechanic. But the Federal Aviation Regulations specify certain maintenance tasks that an owner can legally perform on his or her own aircraft. Performing these owner maintenance tasks can give you an opportunity to learn more about the health of your aircraft. It can give you a chance to inspect your plane closer than might be possible during the average pre-flight, and it can make you a more informed pilot during an emergency should one arise. All aircraft owners should have a good set of tools, specifically for working on the aircraft. You'll need some basic hand tools to suit most jobs, including a good set of screwdrivers, sockets, and 2 sets of standard wrenches. Most aircraft use standard rather than metric sizes. It's also very important to have a good torque wrench that's been recently calibrated and is designed for the torque range that you'll be using. Aircraft spark plugs require the use of a special deep well socket for installation and removal. And you'll also need a spark plug gap setting tool to check and re-gap the plugs. Finally, while you can twist safety wire by hand, it's a good idea to pick up a set of safety wire pliers. Using tools specifically designed for aircraft use is very important. A good aviation tool supplier can help you find the right tools at a reasonable price. You should also stock up on common supplies for most preventative maintenance jobs, such as lubricants, oil, grease, filters, bulbs, spark plugs, and gaskets that your aircraft requires. Most aircraft maintenance manuals specify certain preventative maintenance tasks that the manufacturer requires as often as every 50 hours. As the aircraft owner, you should purchase your own set of maintenance manuals for your aircraft. Having the maintenance manuals can help you understand your aircraft's systems and annual inspection procedures. They can also help you interpret any ADs that apply to your plane. Most manuals also contain a servicing schedule and lubrication chart. The servicing schedule will tell you how often all routine maintenance tasks and inspections must be accomplished. In the lubrication chart, the manufacturer has identified all critical points for lubrication, along with the type of lubricant and the number of flight hours between servicing. These inspections and lubrication tasks are not optional. They are required by the manufacturer to maintain the safety of the aircraft and prolong the life of wear components. As the owner of the aircraft, you're allowed to perform your own preventative maintenance on the aircraft. Examples of preventative maintenance tasks include oil changes, spark plug maintenance, and tire changes. Part 43 of the Federal Aviation Regulations defines all 32 items that qualify as preventative maintenance. As long as they don't involve complex assembly operations, you can perform any of these tasks on your own aircraft. Just be sure to get the proper training and enter all of your work in the aircraft's logbooks. If you'd like to learn more, Volume 1 of the Educated Owner video series will teach you what you can legally do to maintain your own aircraft, and it presents step-by-step demonstrations of the most common owner maintenance tasks.